Hi, Assalamualaikum to Sir Muhammad Wafi. Today our group will present about the park planning and development. So let's go. I will introduce to my other presenter.
My name is Fairuz binti Muhammad Saleh.
Hi, my name is Nur Fatiha bin Zainal.
My name is Nurul Fatiha binti Jamaluddin.
Hi, my name is Ahmad Sharkawi bin Nur Hisham Yaakob.
Let's go to the first slide for this introduction. In this current of modernization of increasing technology developments and also rapidly development to compete with other developed countries. So nowadays, the most park and the office development use the concept to the green space. The concept of this crowd people who need a research as a wall before doing the construction. To maintain a green space on the every project undertaken by the development, it's need to come up with the creative idea, effective and plan development. This park should be conceptually planned. Construction plan must be carefully before the project can be open to the public community. They have 4 major phases to the park planning in development. For the first one is pre-design phase. Second is design phase. Third is development phase. And fourth is actualization.
Pre-design phase. Actually, they have 5, which is Step 1, determine activity to be offered. Step 2, consider activity experience orientation for activity. Step 3, prepare activity analysis for each activity. Step 4, prepare synthesis of complete pre-design package. And the last one, step 5, which is document into organized design program. Step 1 is determine activity. The basic approach to determination of activity is to select the activity prior to any resource allocated, including the first is natural, refer to inventory and any in order to suited with certain needed activity. The second is human, the opportunity to utilize special human resource. And the last one is fiscal, capital development grant for outdoor recreation have supported the provision of facility activity. Step 2, which is consider activity experience orientation for each activity. In the step 2, they have 2 preliminary consideration, which is experience opportunity, and the second is experience and development norms. We go to the first preliminary, okay, which is experience opportunity. Okay, entry-level participation, basic skill or any activity. Skill improvement participation requires special program. After that, programmed participation, schedule experience without formal organization. After that, unstructured participation, which is some activity are prone to inclination or opportunity. After that, competitive participation, complete, which is compete and evaluation. And the last one is vicarious participation, which is where our spectators enjoy the excitement and fun of an activity while not actually being involvement. The second is experience and development norm. Okay, should recognize that there is a range of recreational experience needed. Recreationalists have a different expectation and realize different level of satisfaction or gratification of activity participation. Okay, development norm. The physical development or environmental modification compatible with the proposed experience level. Okay, for experience norm, which is the level expectation by recreationalists.
Instructive which prepare analysis activity for each activity. But the activity factors, that means the factors to establish the groundwork for the primary planning, whereby who want to plan park planning needs to analyze that all activity have to provide to community have a quality recreational experience. There is no greater opportunity for people to experience self-actualization and spiritual renewal, creativity, aspiration. Participant factors are essential description of the specific user population for the community. It means the participant factor is the factor that needs to be specified based on the special population and ability to involve in activity that provided, which is kayaking and wall climbing. For example, based on the previous case by Rukyudiyu, where state urban parks should be planned in city in terms of the natural and cultural features of the most exclusive place in cities. The resource and facility factors are related to the development and to provide the park user with the quality experience. The most prominent of this space and urban parks that contains many recreation facility and service together with the high quality experience available to community. Support factors consist of two, that is service and facility. As we can see that from the several parks that provide in the Hutan Bandar Recreational Parks, Johor Bahru has provided many facilities that provide for basic needs of the community. Step 4, which the prepare synthesis complete pre-design package. Review the activity in order to identify the area of duplication, conflict, omission, multiple use, and synthesis this into summation for completed project, whereby to make sure the development of the designer will identify area of duplication, which always double check the detail of the data collected to avoid from any conflict between two parties. At the same time, it can give a good omission for future multiple use in planning new park planning design. Step 5 is the last step of the pre-design, that after synthesis all the data analysis, we should to document it into organized design program. For objective is about what are the desired outcome or target that it will guide which choose the actual decision which from the objective criteria related with your outcomes or targets need to be achieved when you plan it. Regarding this objective, it's important to develop something efforts or action, because without any action which analyze activity from starting until end, the project will not be accomplished. For the activity conception, refer to any activity have analyzed based on the concept or basic needs from other users and consumers. The design control are considered from a general engineering designer perspective are not meant to be applied, and the plan should define activities that are to be conducted in support of the design effort and practice response for this activity.
So let's take a look for step of the design phase. First is establish design objective from the design program. Second is site analysis. Third is develop alternative concept plan. Fourth is evaluation of alternative or recommendation of primary concept plan. 5 is refinement of concept, and the last one is preparation of the general development.
Step 1. Establish the design objective from the design program. A necessity for the developer who want to develop the design concept. Effort from the beginning of the planning through the procurement and operation to make the all function. The ability of the building to perform in a way that a full meet to the functional needs. The owner is excellent. The developer needs to inform the function and the performance of the objective that has been selected in the detail. For the example, the main objective of placing green plant in the garden area is a one way to reduce the pollution. Second is site analysis. It's the process of reaching and analyzing the social, historical, climate, geographical, and the infrastructure characteristic. The data collection and analysis need to do for essential manager before they need to decide or choose the most of the suitable program that has been run later. This step will be made by serving the current environment to the enable information from the user. examination of this feature studies is a basis for making accurate decision throughout the design process. Third is develop alternative concept plans. Manager should have a clear and a detailed understanding the concept to backup plan to reduce the risk of problem on the site. In the event of the external and internal problem, we should have a least possible cause and factor due to the problem that we need to solve. For example, the target area for the construction of recreational park in Kuala Lumpur, the main problem is a very limited space. So the developer need to make a decision either build the garden on the ground or garden on the top of building that make its trend now. Step 4. Evaluation of alternative or recommendation of primary concept plan. The concept evaluation and proposal become the main method of alternative planning development available. A good rational way is needed to select the best alternative for our project. An important effect of the proposed the new design technology may be too soft if the plan is nice. Project manager decide which alternative bring the more benefit to your project will run later. So the alternative design is a process. It should be to explain in every item or factor that could be make disadvantage to them. We go to the step 5, which is refinement of the concept. It is the process of producing the design. Each term need to be refined to create a suitable and the best concept from our park planning development. The construction, the team need to be focused on the concept that they have choose before that. For the example, the concept in forest garden now is a one-off option nowadays because it's not only create a beautiful view but can help a quality environment with the conservation and preservation. Meaning that it will reduce the pollution carbon monoxide around the Kuala Lumpur area. The last step is preparation of a general development plan. Before choosing the final concept, manager need to make general preparation to develop a plan. Develop cover all things in the design phase from the step 1 until step 5 to ensure that they have ready in the making preparation that can be made through the interior and exterior bridging material. For the example, construction material, funding and sourcing. So preliminary planning can have a positive impact on the development project.
For the development phase consists of 3 distinct steps. For the pre-construction documentation, it consists of the construction drawing and specification because in the development phase, they need information transformed into document form. Especially the construction drawing must need in the graphic and narrative form. This function is as a guideline that contractor can be followed to run the project. So, as a designer and planner need to be verified all the data information prepared carefully, especially of the construction drawing and specification. Constructing is a focus on the competitive bid. Competitive bid involves the process that park agency publicly request the interested contractor to submit. The competitive bid can be advertised on the public, which to make the greatest number of potential of bidders. But in this part, the content need to be followed by the government, statute and policy. So we go to the next part is the institution of bidders. That is usually accompanied a bid form and package of the contract document that include the guideline and direct submission. So it also includes the explanation in terms of the procedure and information about work. After that, the bidders can submit the proposal based on three major parts, which the agreement basic condition, detailed contract costs by bidders, and identify bidding firm. Once the bidder have done go through the all phase, the bidder can be selected based on the fully requirement project. And lastly, the contract can be approved based on legal sign for boards and authorized representative. Project construction, these parties directly involved in this step for the general contractor, his subcontractor, park agency, and authorized contractor inspector. It consists of two processes, which construction insurance requirement, construction progress, and quality control, which we need to make approval, material substitution and work order change, material testing and approval, determination of work complete and payment, also final acceptance payment. Okay, so we go to the last part of the major phase part planning is the actualization. Actualization is the continual process for assuring that all expiry determinants are appropriate for proposed recreational activity. Is incorporated throughout the entire of part planning process before and concurrent with the physical planning phase and continuing after the completion planning facility development. Actualization also required merging the complementary park management process, plan, control, and evaluation. Okay, for plan is predetermined courses of action over a specific period of time, representing a projected response. It has a three characteristics that involve the future while simultaneous past and present experience. Also, it involves the action and decision in future action. In actualization also required the four primary factors that need to be considered in actualization process, such as activity factors, participant factors, physical resource factors, and human resource factors.
The next slide, which is the park planning concept. Planning is the first step at any level of management. The purpose of park planning is to ensure the necessary means, including human and physical resource and support service, to provide and establish recreation experience. The plan is also a support to the service to provide a great recreational experience. In park planning, objective and concept need to define as a guideline. Park planning can also help determine a group of resource condition, visitors experience and actions made by the management as a whole will be able to achieve the objective well. It will also preserve resources that will not interfere with the future and present generation. The next slide is concept. A general idea or an abstract that derived or inferred from specific intents or occurrence. An idea for something new to propose design. The idea will be expanded and covered the whole proposal or design. In creating such a management park requires an idea that is a general or abstract idea that originates or is inferred from a particular event or incident. The idea made is an idea that brings something new to be proposed and it also covers the whole proposal or plan. There are various examples of park located and made in Malaysia. First, Taman Botani Negara Shah Alam, Taman Tasik Shah Alam, and Taman KLCC.
Okay, we move to the design concept. An idea in a design that focusing with a depth about the idea. The design that will be proposed must refer or reflect the whole idea. An idea functional diagram and the relationship to the site. The diagrammatic sketch that show one use unit lying next to other. A conceptual plan is a scale image to help provide what concepts are appropriate on the site. It provides a starting point to help start the discussion. You may give it to future consultant for example, engineer or landscape architect, as a starting point with the community or elected official to help gather community input, determine the park program, and communicate for support. Okay, for example, urban park design and planning. The main type and feature of green areas along with ready to use 3D model. Urban green space give a resident the opportunity to connect with nature, as green area are a reflection of urban area from the natural area around the city.
Lastly, for this presentation, which is conclusion, providing a recreational place such as a park is one of the good things for the public because they can use the facilities available in the park and recreational place. Recreation and park can be used by the public when they have free time and will go to the park to fill their free time during working holidays. The public and private sectors of the economy have developed a variety of facilities to the extent that the provision of recreation is one of the major cost centers of local government and commercial recreation, and the provision of tourism represent one of the fastest growing economic sectors. That's all from us. Thank you.